Welcome to Zen Zone Health. Today we're diving into the key takeaways from 5 reasons it's okay to be sad. We're going to talk about something that many of us have been taught to avoid, to fear, even to judge in ourselves and others: sadness. But what if I told you that embracing sadness, allowing ourselves to truly feel it, could actually be a source of strength and connection? Let's explore how embracing sadness can actually benefit your mental health.
We live in a culture that values happiness above all else. From social media posts to advertisements, the message is clear. We're bombarded with messages to stay positive, to always wear a smile. The pressure to be happy all the time can be damaging. It creates an unrealistic expectation. It leads us to believe that negative emotions are to be avoided at all costs. We stuff them down, push them away, pretend they're not there. But this only makes things worse. Emotions don't disappear because we ignore them. They linger, waiting to be acknowledged. Bottling up sadness can lead to anxiety, stress, and even physical health issues. It's like a pressure cooker. Think about a time when you tried to hold back tears. The effort it takes is immense. It takes effort, doesn't it? It's exhausting. It drains your energy and leaves you feeling more stressed. Embracing sadness allows us to release those pent-up emotions. It's a form of emotional detox. It's like exhaling after holding our breath for too long. A sense of relief washes over us. When we allow ourselves to feel sadness, we create space for healing and peace. It's a necessary process. Imagine you're carrying a heavy backpack full of rocks. Each rock represents a suppressed emotion. Embracing sadness is like taking off the backpack and examining those rocks. You start to understand their weight. Acknowledging them is the first step towards letting them go. It's a journey towards emotional freedom. It's not about wallowing in sadness. It's about understanding and processing it. It's about recognizing that sadness is a natural human emotion. Embracing it can lead to a more balanced and fulfilling life.
We live in a world that often fears authenticity, especially when it comes to our emotions. We're taught to put on a brave face, to smile through the pain, and to hide our true feelings. But denying our true feelings disconnects us from ourselves, creating a barrier between who we are and who we pretend to be. Acknowledging sadness is an act of radical self-acceptance. It's a way of saying, I see you, I hear you, and I accept you. It's saying, this is me, right now, in this moment, and that's okay. Even though I'm sad, I'm still worthy of love and belonging. My emotions do not define my worth. Think about a time when you finally allowed yourself to cry. How did it feel to let those emotions flow freely? Crying can feel incredibly vulnerable, like you're exposing a part of yourself that you usually keep hidden. But crying is a natural response to sadness, stress, and pain. It's our body's way of saying, I need to release this. It's our body's way of releasing tension and processing emotions, helping us to heal and move forward. Being honest about our sadness requires vulnerability and courage. It means facing our fears and embracing our true selves. But in that space of vulnerability, true connection is born. We find that we are not alone in our feelings. When we allow ourselves to be seen in our sadness, we give others permission to do the same. We create a ripple effect of authenticity. We create a space for empathy, compassion, and understanding. In our shared humanity, we find strength and connection.
Chapter 3. Sadness doesn't always mean depression. It's important to distinguish between sadness and clinical depression. Sadness is a normal part of life, while depression is a serious mental health condition. Depression involves pervasive feelings of hopelessness and can interfere with daily life. If you're experiencing symptoms of depression for 2 weeks or more, seek help from a mental health professional. Remember, seeking help is a sign of strength. For many of us, sadness is something we experience in waves, often in response to specific events or situations.
Chapter 4. Sadness leads us to connect with others. We live in a culture that prioritizes individualism and self-reliance. This often means that we are encouraged to handle our problems on our own, without seeking help from others. The pressure to always be strong can be isolating. It can make us feel like we are the only ones struggling, even though many others are going through similar experiences. It prevents us from reaching out for help when we need it most. We hesitate to make that call or send that message, fearing judgment or rejection. Think about a time when you shared a difficult experience with a trusted friend or family member. How did it feel to open up and let someone else into your world of pain? Did sharing your experience make you feel weaker, or did it make you feel seen, heard, and understood? Often, it is in these moments of vulnerability that we find our true strength. Sharing our sadness with others can be a deeply healing experience. It allows us to connect on a deeper level, fostering a sense of belonging and mutual support. It allows us to release pent-up emotions and feel less alone. The act of sharing can be a powerful release, helping us to process our feelings and move forward. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable with others, we open the door for deeper connections. These connections can provide us with the strength and support we need to navigate difficult times. We create a space for empathy, compassion, and shared humanity. In these spaces, we find the courage to face our challenges together. In times of collective grief, we often see an outpouring of support and solidarity. Communities come together to mourn, remember, and heal. Strangers reach out to help one another, and communities come together. This collective effort reminds us that we are not alone, and that together we can overcome even the most challenging circumstances.
Chapter 5. Sadness makes us more compassionate. When we allow ourselves to feel our own sadness, we develop a deeper understanding of what it means to be human. We become more empathetic to the struggles of others. People who have experienced hardship often offer the most comfort and support. Embracing sadness allows us to live with more empathy and compassion. It allows us to show up in the world with more authenticity and courage. Our sadness doesn't diminish us, it makes us more human and connected.
Thank you for watching Zen Zone Health. Remember, sadness is a natural emotion that can lead to personal growth and deeper connections with others. It's not something to be feared or avoided, but rather something to be acknowledged, processed, and released. Acknowledging and embracing sadness can provide relief and improve mental health. It's important to differentiate between ordinary sadness and depression, seeking professional help if needed. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content.